If you're a real Warriors fan living in the US, this video is for you. From coast to coast, America is buzzing after last night's game. Steph Curry just reminded the whole country why he runs the West. The Golden State Warriors have just been dealt a heartbreaking blow, one that could alter the entire course of their playoff dreams. In a Game 2 matchup that was already tense, physical, and emotional, disaster struck. Jimmy Butler, the fearless, fiery veteran recently acquired to lead this team alongside Stephen Curry, went down with a devastating injury, leaving Warriors fans stunned, silent, and shaken. And to make things worse, the night ended with a bitter defeat to the Houston Rockets, who now tie the series and steal home court advantage. It was supposed to be the Warriors' night. After a dominant Game 1, the energy in Chase Center was electric. Fans believed they were about to watch Curry and Butler take over once again, a duo that promised grit, heart, and championship DNA. But midway through the third quarter, everything changed. Jimmy Butler drove hard to the basket, just like he always does, aggressive, fearless, all in. But as he elevated for a contested layup, his leg buckled awkwardly on the landing. Immediately, he reached for his right knee, grimacing in pain. The arena went dead silent. The sight of Butler writhing on the hardwood, clutching his leg, was enough to make any fan sick to their stomach. Warriors staff rushed onto the court. Steph Curry walked over, visibly shaken. Draymond Green looked on in disbelief. The heart and soul of their newly rebuilt core had just gone down, and it did not look good. Butler was helped to the locker room, unable to put any weight on his leg. No fist pumps. No smirks. No toughness bravado. Just pain. Real, raw, undeniable pain. You could feel the life get sucked out of the Warriors' rhythm the moment he left the floor. This wasn't just a physical loss, it was emotional devastation. Up until that moment, Butler had been playing with his usual edge: 18 points, 5 rebounds, a couple of clutch steals, and that classic bulldog presence on defense. But once he was gone, the momentum flipped instantly. The Houston Rockets, led by their young core and firing on all cylinders, smelled blood. Jalen Green turned into a flamethrower. Fred VanVleet orchestrated like a veteran general. Alperen Sengun dominated inside. And with every passing minute, the Warriors slipped further and further away from control. Steph Curry did everything he could. He dropped 31 points and hit some insane threes to keep the Warriors in it. But it wasn't enough. Without Butler's two-way presence, the defense collapsed. The hustle plays disappeared. And Golden State's composure? Gone. Final score, 113-104. Rockets win. Series tied 1-1. But the scoreboard tells only half the story. The real headline of the night? Jimmy Butler's injury. And what it could mean moving forward. The post-game scene was filled with anxiety and concern. Reporters rushed to get an update. Steve Kerr looked grim in his press conference. "We don't know the full extent yet," he said. "He's getting an MRI tonight. Obviously, we're extremely concerned." Curry spoke too, visibly disappointed. Jimmy's brought everything to this team: his toughness, leadership, playoff fire. It's hard to see him go down like that. Draymond added, "We gotta rally. We can't let this break us." But can they? That's the burning question now. Can the Golden State Warriors survive or even contend without Jimmy Butler? Let's be honest. Butler wasn't just another addition to this roster. He was the addition. The game changer. The edge the Warriors have been missing ever since they lost that fire after 2022. He's the guy who dives for loose balls, plays through pain, and talks trash while locking down the opposing team's best scorer. Without him, the defensive intensity drops. The mental edge disappears. The leadership gap grows. Curry is a magician, yes, but he can't do it all alone. That's why Butler was brought in to carry the load, to guard the toughest wings, to hit clutch mid-range daggers when it matters most. The timing couldn't be worse. With Houston now building confidence and the Warriors' rotation scrambling, the entire series could flip. If Butler is ruled out for even a few games, the Rockets, a young and hungry team, might smell their chance to eliminate the Warriors and make a name for themselves. Early reports suggest the injury could involve Butler's meniscus or possibly a strain in the MCL area, but nothing is confirmed yet. The Warriors' medical team is evaluating, and fans across the Bay are holding their breath. Social media has already exploded with speculation. Warriors Twitter is in meltdown. Some are calling for the team to start Moses Moody in Butler's place. Others want Jonathan Kuminga to finally take on a bigger role. But let's be real, nobody replaces Jimmy Butler. You can't replace 10 years of playoff experience. You can't replace that dog mentality that scares opponents. You can't replace playoff Jimmy. If the injury is minor, maybe he returns in Game 3 or 4. But if it's serious, if he's out for the rest of the series, the entire season may hang in the balance. A team built around the idea of a last dance with Steph and Jimmy could fall apart in a matter of days. This isn't just about one injury. It's about the identity of a team that was built to win now, not rebuild, not experiment. Win. And let's not forget what Butler sacrificed to be here. He left Miami. Left the culture he helped build. Came to Golden State because he believed in one thing: championship DNA. And now, just 2 games into the playoffs, that dream could be slipping away because of a freak landing. That's how cruel this game can be. 1 minute you're soaring for a bucket. The next, you're limping to the locker room, unsure if your season or even your career just changed. So, where does Golden State go from here? Steve Kerr will need to retool the rotation. Kuminga may finally have to step up in a real way. Chris Paul will need to find one last spark of playoff leadership. Klay Thompson, whose future is also in doubt, must rediscover his shot and become more than just a spot-up shooter. Draymond has to stay out of foul trouble and be the anchor defensively. And above all, Steph Curry has to be Steph Curry. Not MVP Steph. Superhuman Steph. Because now the Warriors are at war, and they might have to fight it without their new general. No more time for slow starts. No more excuses. It's win or go home, and if Butler's gone, every Warrior left standing will need to play the game of their life. As for Jimmy, well, we wait. We hope. We pray that this injury isn't as bad as it looked. Because this league needs him. The playoffs need him. And more importantly, Golden State needs him. Without Jimmy Butler, the Warriors lose more than just a player. They lose their emotional heartbeat. This is more than a Game 2 loss. It's a gut punch to an entire fanbase. But if there's one thing we know about Jimmy Butler, it's that he's built different. If there's a sliver of a chance he can come back, tape it up, and play through pain, you know he'll do it. That's who he is. Until then, the Warriors are on their own. The question is, can they still make magic?